All right, welcome back to Study Ball, and we are breaking down the rookie quarterbacks after preseason, seeing what translated from college to the pros, seeing what they did well, taking a look at maybe the areas that they need to make some progress, which we expect from every young quarterback. None of these guys are a finished product yet, so they've got to make progress and grow in certain areas. Yesterday, we took a look at Mac Jones and all the great things that he did in the preseason. May have been the most impressive of the rookie quarterbacks, along with Zach Wilson for me. But there's always going to be a few things that we can point to and say, hey, they need to do this a little bit better. That's what we're going to take a look at today. All right, so as we go to the tape, really just kind of understanding bigger picture here. So what we're going to have on this particular play is we're going to have an in, we're going to have another in here, and then the back's going to work and check down into this area. So when we have this type of look, what we were always taught when we were playing the game was that this is really a high-low read between the check down and the big in to the outside. This inside in was only for special occasions. Okay, what do I mean by special occasions? What I mean is there will be times when certain things happen, and the biggest thing is when they void the middle of the field somehow, some way. So this can come by them bringing pressure. So we used to always say if they brought a zone dog and they brought interior pressure, then go ahead and read it 1 to 2 to check down, 3. Or if they're playing man-to-man coverage. So in man-to-man coverage, what happens as well? These guys match to their man, and so once again, it opens up and voids the middle of the field. But if the middle of the field is not voided, you're always going to have these linebackers in here on basically every zone that you're going to see, you're going to have those two linebackers there. So you're really swimming upstream to try to find a window to throw to this guy. So if you spend too much time on this guy, you're late getting to the throw that you actually should make. So we are going to high-low an outside linebacker in most cases unless we get that special look on the inside. So you'll see Matt come back here and he gets stuck looking at this inside one. Really no reason to, right? Look at these linebackers. As long as those linebackers are looking back at you and they're sitting in by the hashes, get right outside right now. You're going to see this is the throw that he could make. Now he doesn't force it into the inside one. He dumps it off to his check down, so I'm not going to get mad at him for that. But you want to see these guys as they make progress to be able to take the shots, to understand when they're looking in here first, when they're out here. He gets this pull right here. He's got a chunk shot that you need to take at this level. You want to be a great quarterback, you got to be able to make these chunk throws, something that I think Mac will get better at as he goes. So right here, you see it. You see how it's opening up? There's the big throw right there. Instead, he checks it down. He gets a first down. It's all gravy here, but the throw he should be making is to the outside. Reading it outside to the check down. Forget the inside one unless you get that look. So we're going to come back with the same play here. So once again, we're going to have dig. Now it's tight end, running the check down. Same type of thing. Backer staying here. They're not chasing. They're playing zone. Get right outside to your big in once again. Now you see he's stuck. You see his feet. Feet are pointing over here. He's looking inside, even though these backers are inside when the read is right here. High-low right here. Get it to your big in once again. You see another huge chunk throw there now. Good job by Mac Jones, even though he's working inside. Takes him 3 hitches, but he finally gets where he's going to go. It just makes it such a tighter throw. Anytime we throw any route, really, the less time our receiver has to get out of his break, the less time the defender has to react. The more steps he takes out of his break, the more he carries, the easier it is for this guy to see it and break on it and make a play. So makes the throw, gets to the right guy here, but you see how many steps it's taken him. So now it becomes a tight throw here against that DB who's breaking on it. But nonetheless, he got there. He made the throw. Good throw. Just a little bit late on that, and I think something that he'll learn as he runs that play more often. All right, we talk about vision and understanding, and normally Mac did a really good job with this, okay? And I'm going to sit here because I don't know exactly what he's being told here. So here, they're going to have a little post here. They're going to have a curl, and they're going to have a swing. For me, this is always a read. If the corner is off, you're always going to read the outside linebacker. He pushes through to the swing. you hit the curl. He pushes deep to the curl, you hit the swing. Now the idea of this influence is to hold off of that guy, which we get right here. And so you're going to see, hold him off. Here's the throw right there. Okay, right there. There's the throw. There's the window, right to the curl. That to me is a simple read, something that he's made a million times. Not sure why he's getting off this so quickly. But I'm always going to try to read through to the entire play. It could have simply been one of these that, hey, yes, you're going to read that guy. But if this Mike linebacker matches over here to that vertical, then we're going to replace with a little check down over the ball. So he sees that. He gets right here to the check down. This works for me. Now, again, I'm always going to read it out the front side. I'm going to try to get the chunk throw or the deeper throw, which is the curl here. And then I'll read this guy. He goes there. I'm going to throw the curl. This guy matches to the curl. Then I'm going to recover in there to my check down because I'm going to go deep to shallow. But I'm not going to sit here and say that that's not what they told him. Just to me, this is an easy throw here on the curl. Should be taking that, in my opinion, and getting that chunk throw, getting us inside the 10-yard line. Instead, got to make a tight throw here. Don't actually make the completion here. He's got to put it away from a defender. Just little things that I'd like to see him be able to go here, read it out the front side, and then work back there instead of getting there right now. Timing. Really has a good sense of timing for the most part. It's really what helped him in the college levels because doesn't necessarily have the strongest arm, so timing is key. We've already seen a few times tonight where didn't have great timing as he's trying to feel this thing out. Here's another example of that. Okay, so we're going to run just a real quick out here with an in over the top. So as my guy's motioning across here, I'm looking at the guy that's covering him. Okay, so they're bouncing this. I'm looking at this. I know the corner's one-on-one here because he's got no help, no safety help over the top. So I've got to beat this guy with the throw. He's sitting about 5-7 yards from my guy. I'm going to push up and break out. This to me is all about timing and footwork. When I get down into the red zone, I'm always thinking short to deep. So short is first, deep is second. When I'm in the field, I think of it exactly the opposite. I think deep to short because the windows are there. Windows closed down. I don't want to have to throw through guys. So we get down to the red zone. I want to think short to deep. Right here. Ball's out. Ball's out. Ball's out. Ball's out. Ball's out. He's got an easy touchdown. That's wide open in the National Football League. So it's really just about understanding what you're reading. Get set a little bit quicker. Get set a little bit quicker. Now you get this out there, and again, he puts it out there. This ball could be caught, right? Hits off two hands, could have been caught for a touchdown. My only point is, again, how many steps does he take out of it before the ball gets there? As he's taking steps, what's the defender doing? Right there. If you don't throw it right there, he's closing, he's closing, he's closing, he's closing. He's making this a tougher play than it needs to be. So just a little bit of quicker footwork, understanding the thing, get the ball out right here. You got another easy touchdown in the preseason. And it's all just about feel and timing, especially when you get down to the red zone. All right, the last thing that I noticed. Okay, we're going to watch this play, and we're going to get a completion on this play. So easy, quick out here. Notice the ball's kind of on his back shoulder, and that's the thing that I noticed. I'm going to show you his technique. I'm going to look at the end zone copy here in a second, but kind of a funky little thing that was showing up on his delivery that can lead to some inaccuracies. Even though he's an accurate quarterback and he fights through it a lot of times, I want you guys to notice. Watch his back foot. His back foot, when he plants, is going to come up and back into his body. I can't say that I've ever seen that before. Is that normally when a guy throws, his foot will come outside of his body and go towards his target. Never going back inside towards his body. But all that tells you is that if he's planting on his back foot, that back foot is going to go forward where he's pushing it. He gets up front here a little bit, so his weight gets up here on the front, which forces the ball to kind of die a little bit. A lot of times it will take more of a nosedive, and it's hard to get direction when your weight is up front instead of leading with your back foot. So this back foot was kind of kicking inside, forcing that weight up front and leading to a couple throws that were a bit inaccurate here. See it in real motion to see how that kind of kicks up back to the inside. But I noticed that a few times, and something that I believe he's going to have to clean up to just clean up his accuracy a little bit. All right, so again, we're being picky. Yeah, we're looking at these rookie quarterbacks, and we're going to rave about what they do really, really well. And then we're going to point out the little things that they need to do better. This is all about being great. All these guys want to be great. All these guys were drafted in the first round. So we're looking for those little things. As we saw in the first tape, Mac Jones is doing a lot of little things really, really well. These were just a few things that I pulled out that would have made him even better. Timing on those big ends, understanding when to get right outside as opposed to staying inside. Timing in the red zone. He didn't throw his first touchdown pass until the last preseason game, which I didn't break down much of that because I already had this tape done. He played Sunday, got some of these tapes out Monday and Tuesday, but threw his first touchdown pass. There was an easy opportunity for a touchdown pass that he was just laid on, and then a little bit of the technique inefficiencies that I saw show up that I'm sure he will clean up to make him even more efficient and more accurate. But really, really liked what I saw from Mac Jones in the preseason. Don't know how it's going to shake out, if he's going to end up starting this year at some point. But if he does, Patriots fans have a lot to like about Mac Jones. Now, let's clean up those things in the process, and let's see. Sky's the limit for a young guy like this that's doing all those things and seeing the field as well as he did. Let's see what he can become if he can clean up these things and he does get a chance to play in the short term.